Welcome, my brilliant leaders. Always great to see you. This week, we are talking one of the most triggering topics that we work on in pre leadership. Pre leadership is you knowing what you want. Where are you headed? Where are you going? This is that clarity piece. So, the most triggering of those concepts, the most triggering of the things that you need to know, that is knowing that you and no one else is responsible for your well being. Now, I want to preface this conversation by saying this is a safe space for you to explore, to see, to come from a place of choice. Do you want to nurture that thing, that belief? Do you want to release that? Do you want to own it? Say, yes, this is a part of me. Yes, this is a part of who I am, and move forward with that. This is a safe space for that exploration, for that messiness, for that unsuredness. This is not a label and enable space. And I see far too much of that in too many places where we label it and then we avoid it. We enable this avoidance. Oh, well, then you can't go by that. And then everybody outside of you is responsible for that thing, for helping you avoid that thing. That's not true. Actual true empowerment is knowing that you got this. I know you can handle looking at all of those beliefs in there, all of those fears, all those uncertainties, all of those surenesses, all of those, all of that in there that you are capable of choosing for yourself. That is true empowerment. Empowerment is that you matter to me. And this is a safe space for you to explore being you. But we're not going to hide it away. We're not going to push it back in its box down below. We're going to take these beliefs out. So you are responsible for your well being and no one else is. This concept eliminates codependency, it eliminates it. We can say, you're not responsible for meeting my needs, and I truly delight in your presence. You're not responsible for my well being, for celebrating me, for validation, for my need to be loved and seen and respected and cherished. And it is my standard that those around me do so. I choose who is in my present or not. I don't depend on you to complete me. I complete me. And I love that I get to share this time with you. Okay. That is what true partnership relationship gets to look like. All right. This is what your relationship with your patients gets to look like. Your numbers are not dependent on them choosing that premium thing or not. You know that you bring the people to you. You are not dependent on Miss Mary Sue liking you or supporting your practice or being your referral partner, or if she's that person in town that kind of leads the town, then you don't need her to like you. You get to truly be you, value what you value, do what you do your way, and you will graciously redirect her away from your practice and find a new way. You know that there are people that are looking for you. Yes, you do matter. Your desires, the way you want to see things done, the way that you know that they can be done, they do matter. Now, this may require you shifting positions. This may require you creating your own position. This may require you going straight to the top or working your way to the top, putting yourself on committees where your voice can be heard, putting yourself on associations where your voice can be heard. This may mean that you set up your financial support system so that If you say the wrong things to the wrong people and they decide you're insubordinate and that you can't be in that organization anymore, that you're safe, that you've taken care of you, okay? They are not responsible for you, okay? So, those are some things for us to talk about. Those are things that we spend a lot more time on. I want to keep moving, even though there's so much more I want to say about. And one is this idea of the power is in the and. And I speak of this a lot when we talk about developing your dream practice, that you get to have ortho and pink tutus. You get to have neurology and 50s parties dresses. You get to have derm and farmers in cowboy boots. Okay. You get to have whatever combination and weaving of ideas you choose to put together. That's one of my favorite moments in my work is when I see the curated groups come together and they're supporting each other and saying, well, why can't you put those things together? Well, of course you can put those things together. And they start drawing this out in each other and supporting each other. And well, of course you can. Well, what? Why not? Of course you can. You get to do this and this. But here's the other place that this power of the and comes into practice is that is this idea of holding two truths. Yes, women, we do this with our relationships with our moms or with our dads. We do this in our relationships with our administrators, with our senior residents, with so many experiences that we've had. Yes, my relationship with my mom was really hard. And yes, I wish that things would have looked differently. And I know that she was doing the best she could with what she had. Right? I get to grieve. I get to be mad. I get to wish that it were very different. And I get to come from a place of compassion and understanding and choice. When I am feeling reactivity, I know that there's a belief under there that I haven't explored yet, that I haven't seen yet, that there is still a choice to be made. But when I can come to a thing holding both truths, then I get to choose in any given moment which of those I'm going to put energy into. Yes, I can say, hey, I wish this situation had gone very differently. And this person gets to be redirected away. This situation gets to be redirected away. I don't allow that and in my experience anymore. And I'm grateful for it at the same time. Right? I understand that that was exactly the catalyst I needed to get me to here. Okay. So holding multiple truths. Yes, that's a really, really powerful thing. And as you talk about being responsible for you and your well being, being able to see clearly situations around you and your emotions and hold multifaceted truths. Okay. That's a really, really deep, profound, powerful way of looking at things and handling things that I wanted to remind you of. This is something that I talk about with so many of my clients. If that hadn't gotten so bad, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't have messaged me. You wouldn't have taken the steps to do something different. You wouldn't have expressed the desire to break the cycle, knowing how independent and how capable you are, and that you would love a little bit of help. Okay, we talked last week about cycle breaking, that it is looking at the beliefs under the thing to shift the cycle that's desired or undesired. Yes, when we talk about these things, we forget that there are two sides to that coin so often. Like I talked about with the and, but we're going to talk about this with cycles also, because there are cycles that you do want to perpetuate. Yes, You have a great experience with one patient, they refer the next patient. One patient tells you no for a premium service, and then a week later, it seems that they refer a patient that does. These are fun cycles. We get to develop comfortable cycles and fun cycles, but we need to look at those beliefs underneath. Okay. Yes, you are responsible for your well being, and you forget how powerful you are. Okay. So, beliefs like valuing struggle, hard work, and overcoming. There was a day I realized that I valued struggle, hard work, overcoming. I saw value in that. Man, they worked really, really hard to get here. Wow. Like, that's somebody I really admire. Yes, this is a big belief that is core and central in the central US. This is one that I see in women a lot right now that we have overcome. It's a story that people admire, right? But I also realized that if I admire that story so much, yes, that I'm going to create that for myself. I heard myself the other day say, oh my gosh, what I wouldn't give for that thing or that experience. Oh my gosh, what I wouldn't give for that. Oh my gosh, I would kill for that thing. Ah, what I wouldn't give for that thing. But then I realized that I was setting myself up to have to give for the thing. I wonder how comfortable I could be with that experience coming into my existence. I wonder how fun it could be to have that come into my life. I wonder how easily, like, I'm still willing to take the actions and I'm still willing to do the things and I still show up and I still do all the things I love to do. And I wonder how easily that could come to me. I wonder how comfortable that could come my way. Paying attention to those thoughts, those ideas, those beliefs that are underneath. Now, as I said last week, this is a place where having help can be really helpful because we don't always hear ourselves if you haven't trained yourself to do that yet. You don't always notice those patterns, those underlying beliefs because they're yours. They're normal to you. They're what you grew up with. They're what you've created. They're the coping mechanisms you created to deal with this thing or that thing. So for you, inside of you, to see those things can be not easy. You can do it. I know you can. And that is a place to ask for help. So if that's a mentor, a therapist, a coach, myself, my programs all have built into them a place where we can do this work and where I can help you. Okay. If you are ready to dive even deeper into this work of knowing that you are responsible for your well being, you are willing to take that power back because you know that if you take that power back, you get to create what it is that you desire. I'm here to help you. I'll see you soon.